Mirëmëngjesit të dashur nxënës. Si jeni? Uroj të jeni mirë. Fillojmë sot me dy temat e mësimit: grammar, the passive, and the second one, special attraction, roadside attraction. Mësimi për sot është në faqe 62, teksti dhe special attraction, dhe më pas vazhdojmë the passive grammar, faqe 63. Fillojmë. Result of learning competencies referring to the topic. For the first topic, we have to present the passive, to practice the passive, and to write sentences in the passive. And for the second topic, we can introduce the topic related vocabulary through pictures, to develop creative thinking skills, and to write about a monument from your country. Let's see, students. Some keywords and materials. Keywords. The passive is about the grammar, and these are other words for the text: roadside attractions, mural, fiberglass, limestone, desert, carve. The materials: textbook, CD, computer, and so on. Let's start now to explain the passive. The passive. The form is to be plus the main verb in past participle. What happens with the sentence in the passive? The object of the active sentences becomes the subject in the passive sentence. The active verb remains in the same tense, but it changes into a passive form. The subject of the active sentence becomes the agent. Let's see example in active sentence and how we can change in the passive sentence. The first one is active. For example, Mr. Smith builds the school. Mr. Smith is the subject, builds the verb, the school the agent. Let's see how we can change in passive. The school is built by Mr. Smith. So the school from the agent, it becomes the subject. And Mr. Smith from the subject, it becomes an agent. Note, by plus agent, for example, by Mr. Smith, express who carries the action, who built the school, so Mr. Smith. Students, in this example, the subject is Mr. Smith, the verb is built, and the object is the school. But we don't always need to make sentence this way. We might want to put the object first, or perhaps we don't want to say who did something. How to make the passive in English? We make the passive by putting the verb to be, according to the form, into whatever tense we need, and then adding the past participle. But students, for regular verbs, we make the past participle by adding ed to the infinitive. Let's see, for example, the next verb, play, it's become played. Sorry. Now, students, according to what I am saying, let's see now examples of all tenses to change sentences from active to passive. We have a list of tenses, we have active sentences, and then how we can change the verb from active to the passive by these tenses. Present simple. I make a cake. A cake is made, for example, by me. We can change the object to the subject. Present continuous. I'm making a cake. A cake is being made by me. Past simple. I made a cake. A cake was made. Past continuous. I was making a cake. A cake was being made. Be careful with this. Present perfect. I have made a cake. A cake has been made. Present perfect continuous. I have been making a cake. A cake has been made. Past perfect. I had made a cake. A cake had been made. Future. I will make a cake. A cake will be made. And the future perfect. I will have made a cake. A cake will have been made. So students, I think it's clear to see how we can change from all tenses, and then you can work individually. Let's see for your homeworks. According to the explanation of the first lesson of passive, you have to work with exercises on your textbook, page 63, exercise 5 and exercise 6. Let's see at your text. This is exercises 5, write the sentence in the passive, And the exercise is 6. We write the newspaper headlines as complete sentences. According to these examples, I am writing 2 sentences. For the first one, the first sentence of exercise 5. Let's see. Visitors can't use cameras in the museum. How we can change these sentences in active to passive?